my opinions, this is my little trap phone. I'm just playing. It's not a trap phone. It's an old phone. I'm using it as a phone. Trap phone, though. But this is Love Island Season 7, Episode 16. This one may be a little long. So the episode starts off with Andrina telling the guys about herself. And she says she's 24 years old. From both her parents are from Spain. She's Dominican. She lives in New Jersey. She just graduated 2 weeks ago with a degree in global business. Jeremiah asks what's her type. And she says it's all about the chemistry. And here he goes saying his type is foreign and Latina. I'm so sick of him. Like, I'm not even going to explain it. So the girls are talking to the new guy, TJ, and Iris so googly-eyed. And TJ said his type is everybody. That's how you say it. Even though if you have a type, like, you ain't got to like. Because sometimes your type ain't really for you. But, yeah, that's how you do it, TJ. I started off liking you. So, Andrina asks who is closed off. And Nick said that him and his girl open. He said Andrina makes him nervous, and Andrina likes Nick and Jeremiah. What happened to her liking Ace? Okay. So TJ said he is excited to find the love of his life and is looking for someone who is for him. He says Iris and Sierra caught his eye off rip, and he said he's ready to slip through some cracks and get him a girl. So Andrina pulls Jeremiah for a chat, and Huda peeps and says, I knew it, girl. So Jeremiah said the best thing about him is his family. Andrina said her parents are back in the Dominican Republic, and she only has her aunts and her little brother as family in New Jersey where she stays. Jeremiah said in his confessional, God, thank you, because she his type. Latino is #1 on his list. She has hips, lips, hair, and all that. I mean, we got all that. Like, come on. She got all that. I'm like, we got all that too, but okay. So, Andrina said it's hard to be a bombshell, and she hates to be the bad guy to take someone man. And Jeremiah said, please take me. And TJ pulls Sierra, and he looks at Nick, and he says, I would take good care of her. Ace said, damn, you just got little bro. And Nick had to think about, like, wait a minute. So TJ said he played baseball for 4 or 5 years while in college in Tampa, and Sierra said she played softball when she was younger, and they bond over that. TJ said she looks even better in person, and Sierra is a nice converser. Please don't say conversate. I love when they say the right word. And she picks up vibes from him. She tells him her and Nick are open. Alandra and Taylor talk about the night and how Meg was the highlight of the night. Alandra asked Taylor, does he go to clubs? And he said, yeah, every now and then. And she says she don't go out often anymore. If she do, it'd be like brunch or little day parties or something like that. And how old is Alandra? 26, 27? I don't know. But no, by that time, I was still going. I was finna lie. So she asked Taylor what was a day in the life for him. And he says, feeding horses, doing tractor work, cutting the yard, feed everybody. And he's in a barn all day. And on weekends, they do rodeo. And Alandra was like, every weekend? And he was like, yes, every weekend. Alandra says the more she chats with him, the stronger their connection is. I really want to see it, but I don't. But she says she can see herself being a country wife. I can't see that, but okay. Huda pulls Pepe for a chat right in front of Hannah, and the way she whispered, can I pull you for a chat? Not loud mouth Huda, can I pull you for a chat? And so Pepe said it caught him off guard. So Taylor sees it and asks what they up to. And Alandra said, you so nosy, mind your business. And Huda said she never talked to Pepe because he never pulled her. And she was like, she kind of sensed that he was looking at her when he first came in. And she asked him what was his type, and he said he's attracted to a personality like his. He said even though Hannah has a big personality, he don't normally be attracted to that, but she brought out the kid in him. And Huda asks, is he open to get to know people? And she says he has really nice skin, soft skin, all that. And she says she loves Hannah and wants to be respectful to her, but you didn't ask her, you didn't tell her what you was gonna do, but okay. But this is what we were here to do, and I'm like, I'm glad you woke up, but... And that's what we've been telling you, but let's be real. Wouldn't you feel some type of way if the other girls would pull Jeremiah when y'all were together without saying anything to you first? You would feel some type of way. So any other time, I wouldn't say anything because it's like that's what they there for. But just putting it reversing it, and if it was Huda and Jeremiah, she'll feel some type of way. Huda said, forgot where I was. And that's what Iris and TJ talk. And she tells him she says her and Jeremiah are only connected as friends. And TJ and Iris bond over being bombshells, and they are attracted to each other. And she tells him he has nice lips, and if he kissed on the first date, and he said he would kiss, and then that's what they do, they kiss, whatever. She said that was her first kiss outside of challenges. Nick and Andrina talk, and he speaks a little Spanish to her and tells her about his past relationships, and she says she never had a boyfriend before. And he said he never dated a Latino girl, and he was like, she gives him Brazilian vibes. And they bond over, she asked him about, have you ever seen Brazil in New Year's? And he said, and he's actually been. And she said that's something that she wanted to do. And they laugh about going to Brazil together. And Nick said the way she says his name with her accent is a turn on for him. He tells her he's attracted to her. So Huda tells Andrina how the boys were all drooling over her. Mighty funny how cool she was with this girl. She didn't have nothing bad to say about him. Sierra tells the girl she saw Huda pull Pepe. Iris said yes, someone needed to say that. And Hannah thinks Huda could have came to her first and had to talk. Hannah talks to Pepe, and she said Huda is her friend and she was there for her. So she a little upset that Huda didn't come to her first. Shelly and Ace is kissing in the bed, y'all. They being somebody that don't like affection is giving a lot of affection to the girl he like. Catch. So I noticed Amaya was the one spooning Austin. So Shelly and Ace are cuddling, but Sierra and Nick are like, Sierra straddled Nick and up and down motion. Like, what is going on here? Why is everybody screwing in the bed next to people? If we can see it through the camera, I know they can hear it. Child. The next morning when they wake up, Shelly asked Sierra, girl, how was your night? Because I couldn't sleep. And Alandra said, all I heard was moaning. And I was like, I knew y'all could hear that. And Jeremiah comes in with breakfast with Andrina and Iris. TJ brings tea, coffee, whatever for Amaya, Iris, and Sierra. And Nick walks in with a plate and tea for Sierra. And he sees it and was like, what the? And he was like, oh no, he take it and took it downstairs. And he tell Ace and them that he tried to bring Sierra some tea. Bro, get that out of here. Ace tell him, boy, you so petty. Nick runs over to Ace and asks, can they have a chat? And they laugh and run upstairs. Nick says it's an emergency meeting. He tells Ace him and Sierra had 25 seconds of sex. And he needs to apologize how fast it went. Ace is dying laughing and tell him like sex is a big deal and emotions are involved now. Nick say he is happy, but they are not closed off. He wanted to take it slower, but Ace tells him he has opened a whole new door with having sex with her, and I agree. So Huda tells TJ he came in at the right time, and she describes her type to him, and then Iris gets a text, and today's challenge is, what's the beef? And Amaya says she likes chicken. She don't want no beef. Shelly says she is ready for the challenge so everyone can get to the tea and get all the tea out there. So the girls are dressed in milkmaid outfits and the boys are dressed in leather chaps that go through this obstacle course with The boy blindfolded and they bob for the face of the island that they're not coupled with, and then they have a kiss. And then it's a milking station where each boy will squeeze the cow udders, and fill their mouth with milk and transfer that milk into their partner's mouth. And then they would spit that milk into a bucket and read the question that's attached to the bucket and reveal which islander they think best fits the question. And then they would dump that milk on the islander, and finally they head to the picnic blanket and make out. When I say this challenge was so nasty, I don't even want to go through all that went through, but that's pretty much my back hurts, so I need to sit back. That's the joy of having big chest. So yeah, I need to know that, but you can see, you can't miss it. So who's up first? Alandra and Taylor are first. They finish the obstacle course. Alandra gets Ace. She bobs up the apple with Ace on it. Taylor goes for Sierra. Taylor and Sierra kiss, but Alandra and Ace, oh my God, he picked her up and tongue her down. So Taylor then do the milk udders and spits the whatever. Their question was, who do you think has been spreading muck behind people's back? And they picked Jeremiah. He said that's BS, and I agree that it's total BS. Cause what made y'all? And you know what? I know doing this episode, what is this, episode 16? I don't know, but I done watched all the way up to the recent episode, which is episode 19. But it all makes sense now. It all makes sense now why they did what they did. So they go to they dump the milk on Jeremiah. Alandra twerks on Taylor as they go to the picnic bank. Austin and Amaya up next. They go through the challenge. They bob through the thing. Amaya gets TJ name, and Austin gets Shelly. And I'm like, oh Lord, it never ends. And Amaya screams at hold on. Amaya said nothing come between her and Austin, but TJ tongues her down and put her on the barrel with her leg in there. Austin picks up Shelly and they kiss. Amaya screams at Austin to spit it in her mouth when they did the milk challenge. The stuff that Amaya was screaming during this challenge took me out. But their question is, who do you think is the biggest chicken when it comes to commitment? And of course, she picks Ace and dumps the milk on his head. I don't have no complaints about that. So Amaya and Austin make out on the blanket, whatever. Next up is Shelly and Ace. They make it through the obstacles. Shelly gets TJ name. Ace get Audrina. They kiss. Shelly and TJ kiss, and Ace was like, oh, so then Ace goes to town on Audrina, and he goes all on her neck or whatever. And they question is, because I'm not going through that spit stuff, who do you think has been planning drama and watching it grow? And they pick Huda, and of course she feels some type of way. Ace puts Shelly over his shoulder, and they make out on a blanket. Long time coming. They kiss again in the confessional. She said she wanted to run it back. It was so good. So he grabbed her like this, and they kiss in the confessional. So yeah. So Iris and Jeremiah, they make it through the obstacle course. Iris picks TJ. Jeremiah picks Audrina. Of course, they kiss. Whatever. So their question was, who do you think? Who thinks they are the cream of the crop? And they pick Taylor. I don't understand why, but I guess it's something I don't see. And then him and Iris kiss on the blanket. Hannah and Pepe up next. They go through the challenge. They pick Sierra and TJ name. And Sierra was surprised. Sierra's surprised that, you know, Pepe calls her name. But, you know, whatever. So their question is, who do you think is full of bull? And they dumped the milk on Huda. Huda said even though it was a challenge, it made her emotional get the milk dumped on her. Girl, whatever. Nick and Sierra up next. They make it through. And they pick Pepe and Drina. And they start kissing, and then they switch and kiss the other child. So, Their question is, who do you think needs to lead her? And they pick Jeremiah. I ain't understand that one, but it ain't for me to understand, I guess. So Hoodie is single. Hoodie is single, so she picks Pepe to do the challenge with her. And then their question, well, they bought for, they didn't show who Pepe bought. I had a phone call. So Hoodie picks Pepe. They make out. She picks TJ to make out with. They didn't show who Pepe picks to make out with, who apple he bought for. And she had her tongue all out. Everyone said it was hot, and so they do the little challenge with the whatever. And so their question was, who do you think is making the biggest mistake? And they picked Jeremiah. Well, who to pick Jeremiah? Because I don't know if Pepe had anything to do with that, and we all know why she picked him. But I digress. So they go make out on the blanket, and they make out. So TJ picks Iris to do the challenge with him. And they bob for Nick and Sierra name. And oh, that's who swapped. Did I get to that part? I don't freaking know. So they swap or whatever. So their question was, who do you think has been acting chicken to speak their mind? And they dumped the milk on Hannah. Why they did that is because Hannah has something to say about Pepe. I mean, Hoodie picking Pepe or whatever. So they go make out. Sierra's pissed because how they was making out, like, girl. But oh no, let me go back. Andrina turns and she picks Nick. And when they do the challenge, then Sierra's pissed that she picked Nick, but he bobbed for Iris and she bobbed for Jeremiah. And the way Nick and Iris, oh my God, Sierra said that wasn't even necessary. And Jeremiah and Andrina make out and they went in. And they said their question is, who do you think is a side chick? And they dumped the milk on Iris. I guess I don't know. But she doesn't understand why she got the milk dump on her, but you know, it is what it is. So they make out on the blanket, and he was grabbing all on her, and Andrina said she loved it, but Sierra didn't. They arrived back at the villa, and Hannah asked Pepe how his kiss was with Hoodie, and he says it pisses him off what Hoodie is doing to Hannah, but he feel bad for Hoodie. Hannah says she tried not to react to it, but she needs to talk to Hoodie. Alandria Taylor and Hoodie talk. Why all three of them always talk, I don't know. And she said she forgot that at the end of the challenge you have to make out on the bed when she picked Pepe. She forgot that they had to do that. She said she doesn't think she is TJ type. But only people she could talk to right now is TJ and Pepe, and she said Hannah looked pissed. And Alandria was like, X, and I'm sitting here, let me stop. Because how did you forget that y'all supposed to do the makeout session at the end of the challenge when 6 people went before you? Girl, miss me with the bull. So Alandria asked, did you have a conversation with Hannah first? And she said no. And Alandria said, out of respect, you should have. It's not like you asking for permission, but you being upfront. She claimed like she didn't know she knew to this. She didn't know how to do this stuff. And I'm like, girl, stop playing with me. This is basically real world type stuff going on. You can't sit there and tell me you didn't know. Stop playing with me, Hoodie. And Ace said he see Hoodie go out crying all the time, and Hannah always goes behind her and makes sure she's okay. And he feel like Hoodie is running game. I think all y'all running game, but whatever. I need Ace to get off of this. I'm sick of it. So Nick flip-flops again and says he feel like it's the entire villa versus Hoodie. She did a lot wrong, but she is an emotional girl. He liked that she apologized to Jeremiah and when she poured the milk on him in the challenge. So let him know that she is growing. And Amaya's over there talking about how much she is enjoying being with Austin, and Austin over there saying how he feels overwhelmed by Amaya. The girls tell Iris they are proud of her. Iris tell Amaya she made out with TJ, but she feels like he's not interested. Amaya tells her to try again just one more time. Amaya is telling Iris about how great the chemistry is with Austin. Meanwhile, Austin over there said she was a little too intense for him and he feels uncomfortable around her. He said being locked in already for 2 days is nuts to him. He said he finally got someone that is all about him, but he not really into it. And he was like, does that make him a bad person because he feel this way? And Jeremiah tells him not to beat himself up about it. And Huda finally pulls Hannah for a chat. She tells her, it didn't cross my mind to ask Hannah about having a chat with Pepe. And Hannah says, you don't need my permission. And then Huda apologized for it. And Hannah said that the way she was there for her, she can't understand why she picked her man. And Hannah said she wants her to explore connections, but she feel like she should have dived into this experience in the beginning, and it backfired on her. So now she grasping for straws, and she should be more genuine with her the way she moved. And so Sierra talks to TJ, and he says she is easy to talk to. Nick and Andrina talk about their kiss, and he likes how dominant she is. TJ and Sierra bond over sports, but he said he feels like he in a rush to get to success and start a family because of the age of his father. And he said he wants to show his dad that he did it before he's gone. She tells him that is a big weight to put on his shoulders, and he can't rush the clock. They both agree that they have easy conversation with each other. And Sierra says she's not cutting herself out to not getting to know other people. Andrina likes Nick a lot more, and Nick said balancing these women is hard for him. Nick done balanced Bella Dasher and Sierra. Now he got Sierra and Andrina. Oh Lord. So TJ shows Huda what she did to his lip, said it hurt, and she is shocked, and she questioned if she still got it with flirting. So her and TJ go talk. TJ said he feels like the king of the world with all the attention he's getting. They have a little cute conversation. He gets sleepy and said he's going to pull her tomorrow. Amaya asks Austin, does he feel uncomfortable when she calls him babe? And he said no. She said she know he would speak up if he was uncomfortable, and she asks if there's anything she does that make him uncomfortable. And he tells her he's not used to her affection. Why he wasn't honest in it, like they got mad with Ace because Ace told her up front, which he was kind of rude about it. But like, I think I don't get mad at Ace because Ace talks like me. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that, especially when it comes to like that. If I don't like someone, I'm gonna see it. I'm not gonna play it. So Jeremiah and Andrina talk, and they ask what he wants out of a relationship, and Andrina says she never had a boyfriend, and he says he's not judging her because he only been in one relationship, but he wants to know why she haven't had one. She says she don't do no one night stand. She don't waste her time with people she sees no potential in. She tells him he's checking off a few of her boxes, and she really likes Jeremiah and all his values. He tells her she is so cute. And then he moves her hair and kisses her for a long time, and he thanks God again. And that was the end of that episode. So that episode, it was alright. So this was my review for Love Island season 7. What this was? Episode 16, I believe. Yeah, episode 16. So like, share, comment, subscribe. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.